Baby, All right, everybody, look who we got here with us today. We got the one, the only, the Johnny motherfucking Rocket, the creator, the writer of the Maniac 1 and 2. Be sure to go follow Johnny on X, Johnny Rocket. I got all of his details down below. Support Maniac 2. Back it right now. It's on Fund My Comic. It's a fantastic comic book written by Johnny Rocket. Illustrated, drawn by Corgan, fantastic artist, just like the first one. The first one had me rolling. So go back that. And Johnny motherfucking Rocket, also the writer of Elephant for Ethan Van Sciver, that is about ready to come out. It's already been backed, already went through the campaign. Johnny, welcome. Thanks so much for coming, buddy.
Happy to be here, Ray Ray. And be sure to get your Ray Ray mugs if I can get it on the camera.
Oh, hell yeah. You got Louis right there. Louis the OG. We love Louis. Fantastic. Yeah, if you guys want some mugs, go on my website, get some mugs. I'm about ready to drop about 10 or 15 more. I've just been in a backlog.
Let's go.
That's right. Let's fucking go, right? I've just been in a backlog trying to get all this stuff worked out, all this technical stuff. I was just talking to you briefly in the back about all this streaming and how it's, you got to get your arms around it. You got to get a second monitor. You got to get all this kind of stuff. And you're trying to figure it all out, trying to get it going. But then when you finally do, it's really exciting. Now, Johnny, we talked to you a little bit a couple of months ago. And since then, you've had the Maniac, and it's doing well. It's getting ready to... Where are you at with that? Are you getting close to a closeout? Are you coming up on it? How's that going?
Yes. So for the Maniac 2... the Fund My Comic campaign is ending December 31st, and it 2 is just on Fund My Comic. For the previous one, I did Fund My Comic and Indiegogo, but Indiegogo did this real weird update where it's like I spent like an hour trying to figure it out, and I was like, this is just retarded. Yeah. But I'll probably take another crack at it next year and do a Maniac 2 campaign on Indiegogo, but just a couple months from now or something. But but you can get it on Fund My Comic. The website does work. It's just that some people are allergic to it, but it works.
Yeah, I heard that Indiegogo is quite the challenge. They just revamped it and changed the campaigns around and changed the back-end interface, so it's pretty difficult to use for the creators. So I don't blame you going with Fund My Comic. We also
previously you just went, okay, here's this thing, here's how much it costs, and then you put in like shipping prices.
Yeah.
And now like that shit is all hidden, and it's like asking like, okay, it's... For some reason, when I tried to figure out shipping, it's like listing African countries. It's like that. It was not like this before. It's just nonsense.
So you do ship then to Africa. Is that what you're saying? You do ship the Maniac to Africa. Good to know. A lot of Kenyans down there loving the Maniac. A lot of big Maniac fans in the Congo. I love that.
We love this white boy. We love him.
I love to hear it.
The Maniac.
That's fantastic. Now, the other thing that you also have is you have a fantastic Substack, and we get updates all the time about this, man. And I've grown to love the Substack because it's really kept me, up to speed on a lot of stuff. Like, for example, we had the whole Mitt, Riley, and Sean, trifecta or whatever you want to call that. The whole veto thing, all kinds of stuff. And so be sure to go follow Johnny on his Substack. I'm not sure if I put that in the description, but I will. I'll put it down in the description. So follow his Substack. It's fantastic. And how long does it take you to pull that stuff together? Because it's seriously like a big, Rockford Files kind of report going on right there.
Oh, well, for an article on Substack, it maybe takes like an hour.
Oh, that's pretty good. I thought I was thinking like 2 or 3 days to pull those things together.
No, it's just whatever, like sometimes a thing will happen and I'll write about it a couple of days later, but the actual work is just like an hour. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah, not that big of a deal at all. But I really appreciate it because it helps me to suss out everything that's going on. Because got the whole big drama with Mint and Riley and everything. I'm like, what the hell's going on here, bro? And I was shocked to also see that you were beefing a little bit with Frog Tony, and somebody even said like 3-Tooth Tony, and that had me dying, bro. That had me dying. That had me rolling on the ground. I couldn't believe that when I heard that. What's going on there?
Oh, okay. So, back in September, Vito is kind of rare in the Biggest Problem Discord, but when he comes in, like a bunch of the fans gang up on him and make fun of him. And Frog Tony joins to make fun of Vito, but then the fans turn on Frog Tony, essentially saving Vito. And that happened like 4 fucking times. And like the 4th time, he got, I guess it got under his skin. And it's a joke in the Discord because Vito used to time me out a lot, but he can't time people out anymore. It became a joke to say, hey, anytime a guy says like anything, go, hey, mods, time this guy out. I said this, I replied this to Tony while a bunch of people were making fun of him, and he started going, you suck, you used to be cool, fuck you, blah, blah. He just like, oh, wow, you're having a bad day. And then he blocked me on Twitter, but he's like tweeting about me like, oh, the Maniac 2 isn't making any money. Oh, tough shit. So I posted his super positive review of the Maniac 1 where he's like, it's the best comic I've ever read. and then he unblocked me to like retweet it with an insult and then reblocked me, so I didn't see it. So he went into the Dick Show Discord and added at me with that insulting tweet to make sure I saw it. And then again in that Discord, everyone made fun of him. He's like, "Oh my God, you guys are so thin-skinned. I have better shit to do."
Yeah, this is crazy because, for me, like, I wasn't aware there's all these, I didn't really even know what Discord was when I first started. And then I come to find out there's a whole, like, subculture going on behind the scenes in all these different rooms on Discord. And I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? All these backdoor rooms and all this kind of stuff. And that's what's going on. And Frog Tony is coming after you now a little bit. How come he can't just appreciate the quality work that you put out? Why not?
I really just think I hurt his feelings. I think he was a huge fan of mine, and he took my teasing too hard. And now he's like, wait, can I slur on this show, or because I'm trying to quote him?
Well, we are on YouTube, but I think you can slur. Yeah, I think you're okay with that.
Wait, no, but he's like, Johnny Rocket, you're an F slur, blah blah blah. He did a recent show where it's. Okay, he fights with Cynic of CG Church, and CG Church is the same show as Frog Tony, except several of their members are black people, but it seems like the same fucking show, but they hate each other. And so for like a week, he's doing shows on like Cynic, because like Cynic like sort of fumbled in his fight against Frog Tony. Like he tried to get EVS to condemn Frog Tony, and EVS was like, "No, I'm not gonna condemn someone because you asked me to condemn them." But in the middle of his one of his fuck Cynic shows on Thursdays he does drunk shows. So when he's drunk, he pauses like this video about Sturgis to go like fuck Johnny Rock for like 5 minutes, and by the end of it, in kind of a whiny voice, he's like, just get over me.
Yeah, it's a whole big soap opera with all these different characters that like I didn't even know was going on behind the scenes, and so it's quite enthralling. And I'm just like, who are all these names? CG Church, what is all this stuff? What the hell is even going on? And it's so interesting to hear all this kind of stuff when I'm always just like, bro, support the Maniac, man. Just support the fucking Maniac. Just support the group, support the homies, support the boys, and don't just all of a sudden roll over on somebody because you get your feelings hurt and be like, oh, well, poo-poo on old Johnny Rocket. Nah, support Johnny Rocket. Get over your hurt feelings and come back together. That's one of the things that I was thinking that Vito should do. Okay, so I got this idea. You listen to my idea, Johnny. See what you think, okay? So my idea is this, right? So Vito is going to do a Super Killer 2. What Vito Allegedly, yeah, right. Technically, I don't know if he's actually completed the first one because it hasn't gotten physically printed and put in the hands of the people who bought it for $137,000, okay? So I was thinking for the second one, he's got to, because he's got such a bad taste in everybody's mouth, right? For the second one, he should hire you and Riley. Riley could run the marketing. You could write the whole fucking story, make it fantastic. They can keep the same artists, and they can kind of just, generate that buzz again for Super Killer 2 in order to go forward and maybe even make it a six-figure campaign once more. Otherwise, it's dead on arrival. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to back it. So, what do you think about that? Is that interesting to you? Does that sound like it would be something that you would be into?
Well, yeah, the Super Killer premise is great. It would be a fantastic character to write for, and it would really help Vito to inject some new blood into the project. It would really help him out. And you know what, Vito? I agree with you. It's all Mint's fault. She cast a spell on Riley. It's all water under the bridge. We can be pals. I'll make a comic awesome. I'll improve it. It will be great. And you know what? It'll be a cartoon someday. If you hire me, Super Killer will be a cartoon someday. That's a promise.
Vito, what do you think, bro? I think that's a good take on it. It's a win-win. That's what business is. It's a win-win all the way around. It sets up the IP to even continue on past Super Killer 2 to the 3 and the 4 and the 5. And unless you do something like this, I really just, from a business standpoint, don't see it getting injected with energy. Okay, we've already seen Johnny Rocket. He's already delivered. He's delivered Maniac 1. He's getting ready to deliver Maniac 2. He's working with Ethan Van Sciver on Hellafant. So he's in that pipeline of people who deliver. And so I think that would bring a lot of stability and a lot of security for the backers to know that it's actually going to get done. And it still could be your property, obviously, Vito, but you just kind of step to the back and let these two guys kind of take it over and push it forward and watch the success balloon. I really think that could happen, Johnny. I really do.
It's definitely a possibility. Come on, Vito. Destiny is calling, and I don't mean that pedophile. I mean destiny. Yeah,
for sure. So anyway, we'll close the book on that. And I was speaking of Vito. I saw that The Biggest Problem on Friday, and I know that they're going to move to Thursday. I thought that was crazy. And when I was watching The Biggest Problem, I watch it like I'm waiting for two gunfighters to draw. That's kind of where I feel like, it's kind of like we're just waiting around. They're going to shoot the shit until one of them makes Dick mad. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as Dick mad, then the show starts. Do you feel that way too, Johnny, or what?
Yeah, it's the show is in a weird spot where it's like they do have a comedic back and forth like the old days, but in the back of your head, you're like, what is Vito gonna say that starts the fight this time? What is it? And the latest one was someone with $2 said, "Oh, did you hear about the breakup?" And then Vito was like, "I said I never want to talk about these people, but I have to talk about them now."
Bro, it was hilarious. Yeah. Well, wasn't it Dick who sent that super chat? I thought he said he sent it, so I was kind of like, "Oh shit, was that Dick?" Did he do it? Did you hear that? No?
No, I think you're confused. I think just some fan sent it for $2.
Okay.
But Dick did say things about like you couldn't help yourself, a $2 super chat. Like if he sent that is like 4D chess, but no, I think it was just a fan that was like for $2. Vito, I think Dick said this, but Vito should have brought it in as a problem. Like he should problem. like breakups or people stealing your stuff, something
Yeah,
like that.
that would have been hilarious. I thought for sure he was going to do something like that. But it's like every chance that he gets to really make a big splash, he kind of shies away from. And then when it's opposite, when he should, kind of be quiet, he goes kind of loud. I told you I had some people like that in my life before. Have you ever experienced people like that in your life?
The Okay, so the weird lying, yes. The most, I guess, the funniest example was a friend gave me and another friend a ride to, like a party, and then the guy, the driver, like he didn't drink that night, and then driving us on the way back, uh, because of construction, this 4-lane road slowly turns into a 1-lane road, and he's in the second lane, but he's at like the last possible moment. He's like, "Oh, I have to shift into the first lane," and then he like cuts off 4 people, and we drive for like 20 seconds before cops pull us off. And, and then, I mean, pull us over, not pull us off. That's a different story. And the cop is like Mark Wahlberg from The Departed. He's a statey, and he literally has that voice where he's like, and he literally said, the first thing he said to my friend was that a fucking joke, buddy? What the fuck? Do you need glasses? What the fuck? Like he really tears into my driver friend. He's like, oh sorry, oh, and my friend, he ends up getting a $500 ticket, and then so after we're pulled over, like 10 seconds down the road, the driver friend is like, I think that cop was scared of me. That cop was a pussy. It's like, can you believe that? Can you believe he pulled me over for that? And me and my other friend were like, yes, you drove like a crazy. You could have killed both of us. That what you did was insane. And then I'm not lying. Like a minute later, he like ran a red light, and in my head, I'm like, what the fuck is your problem?
Yeah,
and it's
bro.
like, yeah.
No, that sounds like a wild, crazy night.
And then at another party, he's like, hey, did you wait? No, wait. He texted us, hey, I found a video of this cop pulling over a black guy and being racist. And it's like, none of us are black. He pulled you over for bad driving.
Oh man, bro, that's the truth. I've had a couple of experiences like that in my life too, where they just reinterpret what happened in reality and then change it, manipulate it, and then spit out this lie in order to protect their ego. And you try to pin them down with the fork of truth, and you can't pin them down.
Yeah, it's everyone has moments where they're like, oh fuck, it was retarded, I did that. But apparently they can't handle that thought, and they're just like, actually what happened was I'm cool, and the world is against me.
Yeah, they go into the Twilight Zone world for a second, and they reinterpret the entire sense of reality. And I've had business partners do it. I had somebody who was shaving profit off of each unit, and then justified it by saying, "Oh, well, those people are rich, so they can afford it." Meanwhile, it's like a criminal act, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you even doing, bro?" And so wild shit. And then you try to get to the bottom of it, just like when we're watching with Dick and Vito, and Dick's saying, Vito's like, "What? I just can't change," and Dick's like, "Well, no, you can, but you won't." You know what I mean?
Vito, it's literally like him go, like the second it's like Mint and Sean robbed Riley, he's like, I never had a problem with Riley. And I forget the episode number, but there's an episode of the Dick Show where Vito barges on and he's like, no, Riley is a danger to me. And now he's like, no, it was all Mint. I love Riley now. And it's like, okay, man, okay, all right.
No, seriously, it's like reinterpretive history in order to be like a relative moralist for that moment. Now, that's a lot to think about. I know. I just threw that out there. We're all joking around. I throw out some heavy terms. My bad, people. I'll try to back it back off. But yeah, bro, that whole situation with Sean, Riley, and Mint, that was a blowaway, wasn't it? That was crazy. I don't know how much you care to even comment on it, but I was like shocked when I found that out. I was like, because I thought they were gonna do like Content House or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is crazy. Like me and some other people knew like the day it happened because Riley sent a message. He was like, "Yeah, Mint ran off with Schizo Sean. They took a bunch of my stuff. If they still want to work together, that work with me, that's fine." He really didn't seem that bitter about it until they apparently broke into his place like a week later, and then it was like, okay, fuck you guys, time to make fun of you. It is pretty crazy. What was the fucking thing? It was like, okay, so like Sean was like his sidekick, and
Mentor,
he
yeah.
wanted, yeah,
It's Minty and all that.
and he let Sean like live with him, and he was like, okay, I don't want to help Mint film every day, so you help my porn star girlfriend with her hobby for 12 hours a day. I love Riley, but if you wanted to keep the relationship, you should have hired a woman or a gay guy. But then I don't know, Mr. Homo Pants might have ran off with Riley. I will say though, like Riley keeps a journal, I guess, and he sent us a journal from like a year ago where he's talking about how literally a year ago where he's like, I'm unhappy in my relationship with Mint. I forget the rest, but the gist of it was he was unhappy with Mint, and then a year later she leaves with another guy. I guess it's like he didn't. If you want to phrase it like that, it's Sean solved a problem for him not in a nice way, but I guess so.
No, I totally see what you're saying. You know, we both know it's never feels good to be dumped. You know, maybe he was going to try and find a way to get out of that relationship, or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe he was just having a hard time for a year or whatever. But yeah, Sean brought it to a conclusion. And you know, it's bittersweet because, you know, he got dumped and he's like, now he's got to recalculate his life, right? And for so long he was this Mint and Riley team, and now he's got to be like, you know, is it just going to be me going forward? And you know, I've been there. I've been dumped dramatically before. Left there, you know, none of that standing at the altar kind of stuff. But I've been dumped by women, like ghosted, and then like, you know, you're like, oh my God, what was it about me? And you try to do that self-reflection, and you try to, you know, crawl through your mind to figure it out. And sometimes, you know, you just go in circles until you finally slap yourself a couple of times, say get back in the gym, and say, you know, let's just get going on with life again. And I definitely, it's good to see Riley is getting going back with life. And, you know, he really had that creative component to him, which is very necessary. And so I know, without a doubt, he'll be able to go on and create. But I'm not so sure what's going to happen with Sean and Mint as far as they're going to go forward and create. What are your thoughts on that? Or do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, it sucks when a relationship ends, even if it was like a cancerous relationship. The as for if they're gonna make anything,
because Sean went down with Riley because he wanted to make content, you know. And I met Sean once, and he's a nice guy. He you know, we had a good time. We had a bit of sushi together, and so he was all excited about, you know, this new endeavor about creating content and stuff like that. And so, you know, I'm a little surprised. I know that the whole breakup thing is difficult because now they kind of fractured the whole environment around them. But do you think they're going to go on to create, or what are your thoughts about what they're going to do, or do you have any?
I mean, I I mean they did take all the equipment to make stuff, but like they haven't
Made anything?
made yeah, so I think I think they've given up on art, or maybe they're just lazy, maybe they're just doing a bunch of drugs, but as of right now, it seems like they gave up on making stuff, and it was just I guess Mint just wanted to. I guess Mint sensed Riley wasn't happy, so she's like, "Okay, time to escape the relationship." And then for Sean, it's just like, "Well, I'm a virgin, and this hot girl seems available. I guess I'll fuck her. Oh, damn it! All the new friends I've made have an issue with me now. Fuck. What do I do? Like they should just make like funny stuff, and like if they made something funny and one of the comments was like, you betrayed Riley, honestly the reaction would be like, okay, well, this funny thing they made is separate from that.
Right, right. And also, no one has, no one's trying to tell anybody what kind of relationships to have or don't have. And, relationships, they go sideways for all kinds of reasons. And so, I'm not going to make a comment on that. That's none of my business. And, I wish him the best. I wish Riley the best. And I hope they both end up creating. But, one of the things that comes back to my mind was when Mint kept saying that Riley's controlling and he's like, whatever. And I'm like, well, if you've ever been on a set, a real like Hollywood set, the director is a controlling ass motherfucker, bro. There is like no slack cut. He's yelling. And you jump. They're controlling. That's what a director is.
It's they want it. They want it to be. Do you want it to be good, or do you want it to be shit? And it's like sometimes that requires, hey, you're fucking this up.
Yeah, you really need that. You really need that, and that seemed like what Riley was adding to that group or whatever. And so, now that Sean and Mint went off, I don't know how they're going to replicate that component. Because Sean, is probably in love with Mint. So how is he going to be able to be a director and like, bitch, come on, get to work, quit, eating bonbons or whatever, I don't
get
know.
a whip. It'd be like, move, bitch,
crack,
move.
just crack, right. Yeah, you got to crack the whip, and you know how it is, we're all talking about this artistic endeavors and, you're writing or whatever, but you have to be on a schedule because you have to produce. You have to produce, especially more so in this environment because you eat what you kill kind of thing, right?
Yeah, it's bad to miss a deadline. I've actually never had to yell at anyone. Get it done now, Ray, now, get it done now, Ray,
Yeah.
you bitch.
I would respond to that. I'd go faster. Yeah. Yeah, no, but no, you don't. For sometimes you just get fortunate and work with a lot of good people who are able to, they want to meet deadlines. Like I imagine Corgan's very much like that. Like he wants to meet the deadline. He's a good self-starter, self-worker. You're very good at what you do, and I try to be, reasonable with the time with the people that I interact with, and I try to respect their time, and I try to pump it out as much as I can. And but then you get like these people who are like the talent who don't do that. They want to wake me up when it's time kind of thing. They don't take as big of an interest in it, in producing or whatever.
Yeah. Some people, I guess, they feel like they've made it, so that means the work stops.
Right, and I could definitely see that because with Mint, she was pulling in, I don't know what kind of money she was pulling in with their OnlyFans. But I guess
I heard at some point it was $18K a month.
But yeah, so that's pretty good money, right? You're not going to blink twice at that. That's really nice. And so if you're pulling in 18 a month, I guess you could, try to take some liberties. Whereas, someone like me, I'd double down. I say, okay, well, how can I squeeze more out of this? How can I go harder, faster, stronger kind of thing, So that'll be interesting to keep an eye on. I was just curious about that, and I know you guys have covered that on Ministry of Dude, and I really have liked your addition, you being on that show. It's been a lot of fun to see you kind of grow socially on that show. How have you liked that?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. It's at this point I'm like, oh, cool. I get to do a fun phone call with my new friends. It's a blast.
Yeah, yeah. I really love Dr. Till. He's awesome. I love Kyle on the John, and I think there's another guy on there that doesn't put himself up on the screen. And if I don't see your face, it's hard for me to remember your name.
Oh, do you mean Fat Keck Boy?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
Oh, he's a huge supporter of the show. It's he doesn't want to chime in all the time, so he chimes in sometimes.
Yeah. It's funny. Ken of the North says, "Don't say you love Kyle. You don't have to lie." My bad. Ken of the North, he knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, come on. We all love Kyle. Come on.
We gotta love a Brazilian, bro. You gotta love him a little bit. But so when that came about, have you noticed? Like you said, you starting to look forward to it. You're saying, "Oh, I'm gonna hang out with my buddies." Does it help your social grow, your social persona or whatever?
Yeah, it's people from the show. They've followed my Twitter. They've followed my Substack. I'm pretty sure some of them have bought the Maniac. So it's a good deal for me.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I really didn't think so much about this whole streaming thing until I was watching Trash Cast and all that kind of stuff. And I was hearing how EVS was saying, if you're going to sell to your audience, you gotta, you also gotta market, you gotta do all this kind of stuff. So then, like, a little light bulb went on for me. I was like, holy shit, I need to make videos. Did something like that happen for you, or did you just kind of fall into it? Did Dr. Till say, "Hey, Johnny Rocket, come on"?
Oh, well, to get on the show on the John, he's also a host of the show. We're friends, and he was like, "Oh, Johnny Rocket. I used to do a podcast with him. He'd probably be a good fit," and I've called in ever since then. And then, as for the ads, Dr. Till made an ad for the Maniac without me asking, and just put that in as part of the show's intro. It's just they're just good dudes, man.
Yeah, and you love to see that. All those guys are great guys. I've talked to on the John and Dr. Till a couple times, and they both been really, really nice and really cool. I've actually been on Ministry of the Dude, I think, twice, and I had a lot of fun. I think the second time I was a little wasted face on tequila, but I got to get me some of them red glasses like you got.
Yeah, well, no, you have blue glasses. You have blue sunglasses. I'm red, you're blue.
Oh, there we go! There we go! Yeah.
And then we'll duel forever.
Yeah, we could have like a little fake beef, a rivalry going. That'd be a lot of fun. I do have a pair of blue sunglasses too. I'll have to get them out. That'd be hilarious. It's already written in the stars, bro. It's already written in the stars.
Yeah, I'm gonna hate killing you. I'm gonna cry when I put the gun to your head.
No, it's okay. I reincarnate. I'm good. That's my superpower.
Oh, okay, cool.
I come back.
Just like Super Killer. Hell yeah.
I come back for the next episode. That's what happens. So Johnny, you're doing all kinds of stuff for Christmas, I imagine. Christmas with the family. This is one of those times when we get that little hiatus. We kind of slow down a little bit. But going into the new year, what kind of projects are you thinking about, or do you have any on your radar that you'd like to accomplish?
Yeah, I should probably. Yeah, I'm trying to finish Super Killer versus the Punisher, and then I'll do more Super Killer versus.
Oh wait, let's talk about that for a second. For people who don't know, you do a whole thing just for fun on the side, and tell them about where the Super Killer verses come from.
Oh well.
Back to Super Killer, yes.
Yes, back to Super Killer. Yes. It's so Eric July's ISOM was bad, so I rewrote it and put it on my Substack.
Yeah, that's your claim to fame. That's where everybody saw you. That's the first time I saw you. I read that thing and I was like, holy shit, there was a story in there. Why didn't he hire this guy? And I even DM'd EVS right then and there. I said, hire Johnny Rocket, bro. Not that I have any pull, because I don't. But I did DM him before I even knew you.
Well, you might have helped, because he did hire me because of rewriting ISOM. And then Super Killer, like it took forever to come out, and then when Vito, like, jokingly or not jokingly, threatened to rape Mint put his comic out on a website, so I grabbed it and I was like, oh, okay, I'll do the Super Killer versus the Punisher, and I've put parts 1 and 2 out, and I've thought of a bunch of ideas where it's like, oh, I could tell a whole Super Killer story if I just edited it together. So I'm like,
yeah, because that's what the Super Killer does. He goes through and he kills other superheroes, right? So that makes sense. He could theoretically have a story about killing every superhero.
Yeah, but Riley pointed out to me, it's what would improve the premise is that so the first comic is Super Killer versus Superman, the second comic is like Super Killer versus Power Rangers. Like, if he kept jumping genres.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So it's like, I'll still probably make Super Killer versus Green Arrow, but now I'm like, what anime or manga character should Super Killer super kill? Who? He can't beat Goku. No one can beat Goku.
What about that black guy in Dragon Ball Z? What's his name? He got the red lips and stuff.
Mr. Popo.
Yeah, what about Mr. Popo? Super Killer versus Mr. Popo.
I don't know. Mr. Popo's pretty strong. I don't know about that.
So you have to go for a little bit, like, less powerful.
Oh, he kills Mr. Popo with fentanyl. That's
there you
it.
Go. There you go.
There we go.
See, this is why you get paid the big bucks, bro. That's why you got the red glasses and I got the blue beanie on. I'm just the guy interviewing
exactly,
the guy.
you blue cuck.
That's
you
right.
Blue. You dirty blue.
I got the blue. That's right. I'm the guy interviewing
Round
the guy.
up all the blues.
Facts. So you were thinking about doing the Green Arrow, and so are you gonna pivot now? You think you're gonna pivot and just go after the different genres, or are you still gonna put out whichever ones you've already done?
Well, I guess this is spoilers. At the end of the Punisher Part 3, it's that guy that's hunting Super Killer fucks with his transportation thing. So Super Killer ends up in Green Arrow's universe, but Beck and Artie end up in 2 different characters' universe.
Okay, dude. See, this is the kind of shit that sounds interesting. When you start to mangle all this around, but you're still using all of the framework of all like the DC and the Marvel and all this other stuff. It's like your own sandbox, as Eric July would say.
My sandbox.
My sandbox. Yeah. So I imagine pretty soon are you just gonna write whatever one for the anime? Or are you gonna do Dragon Ball? Or what are you gonna do? Power Rangers? What are you thinking?
Really, for anime or manga, I'm not sure. I need to think more about that, but definitely gonna do Green Arrow. But it's like, what anime character would?
Well, you could do like It's a Gundam, and he like falls in love with one of the girls and doesn't want to kill anybody or something like that. That could be good. I'm just throwing out ideas here. I don't have the red glasses. I'm just an amateur. I'm spitballing right now. Spitballing. So
I appreciate your thoughts, even though your glasses are inferior.
That's
inferior.
Right. It's like what did EVS say? He said, "Don't even send me your ideas, because then you could try to sue me if I use them." So I was like, "Oh yeah, my bad, dog, my bad." So you got the whole Super Killer verse kind of parody thing going on, and where do you post that? You post that on your Substack?
Exactly, you got it.
So that's another reason, people, to follow Johnny's Substack, because he writes fun stories and he posts them up there, and he gets all that put together. And then, what other are you gonna write? Maybe the Maniac 3, or are you thinking about another character, or what does 2026 perhaps have in store for you? Maybe a Elephant 2. I don't know. These are just things I'm jogging.
Well, Elephant 2. That's we're definitely gonna do that after Elephant 1 is out. I'm committed to the Maniac. There's gonna be a Maniac 3. And at the moment, I don't have, I just don't have another OC original character to show. But if I think of one, who knows? Maybe
you'll think of one.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. You're a ball of creativity. I'm very excited about Johnny motherfucking Rocket. That's how we say it around here. Now, the other thing too, I was gonna let you know, Johnny, is I got. My buddy Ben, he's the guy who does those metal cards. He's doing a couple of metal Maniac cover cards, and I'm gonna send them to you. Okay, I'm gonna send one out to the guy in England, Embed. He's like a solid Maniac supporter. Then I'm gonna send you the rest. Okay, so I'm excited about. Awesome. I'm excited about that. And then you can do it if you want to sell them or do whatever you want with them for sure. Do whatever you want with them, but I'm really excited about the Maniac character. Really excited about that, where it could go, and I'm pumped up about it. So yeah, and I'll always be a fan no matter what. You know what I mean? I'm a big fan of the Maniac character, and
that's what Frog Tony used to say. And look how that turned out.
Well, I do have a blue
I'm gonna keep you at arm's length.
You better watch out, bro, because right after this, I'm gonna jump on and start talking shit about you on X, bro. I don't even know how to use Discord, but I'll talk shit on X.
You have too many teeth. You're not gonna betray me.
I'm too many teeth, Ray Ray. That's right, not 3-Tooth Tony.
About that song 3-Tooth Tony.
Yeah, where'd that come from?
So Yanafui, he makes a bunch of like funny songs, and EVS he's made a funny song about like all of Ethan's enemies. And it's Frog Tony for some reason was like, Yanafui kind of sucks. Why don't you make a funny song? So then he made Frog Tooth Tony song and included all the shit about Frog Tony. And it's like, what are you doing? Why would you insult someone who makes funny songs? Are you retarded?
Yeah, what the
I'm
hell is that?
I'm gonna fight Krakamiko. Are you retarded?
Bro, Krakamiko, Stone Cold Killer, dog. You don't mess with him. Also, Mr. Yanafui's, he's hardcore too. That 3-Tooth Tony, bro, that like got imprinted on my mind. It will be in my mind forever. It's no longer Frog Tony, unfortunately. Sorry, Frog Tony. It's gonna be 3-Tooth Tony. I remember when he came out to the biggest problem in the universe. Do you remember? Vito didn't even pick him up from the airport, bro. Fuck that, right?
Yeah, and that was weird. Where it's like Vito is like, no, I don't want Frog Tony on the show because he'll like sabotage me or whatever. And then Frog Tony makes it, and he bombs. He fucking like Frog Tony has a tweet where he's like, recent episodes of The Biggest Problem have as low viewers as my episode, and it's like, oh, Vito is as bad as you now? You think that's a win?
Yeah, race to the bottom. Bro, that's not a good look. That's not a good look. Weren't they considering even him and Frog Tony doing a podcast for a moment? I thought there was talks of something like that. Them two gonna talk about something. But I guess
So when I teased Frog Tony, he quit The Biggest Problem Discord. And then one of Vito's message was like, oh, you guys are bullying Frog Tony? No, don't do that. I was going to do a show with that guy. And then I guess, I mean, he could talk to him on Twitter or something, but I guess they never followed through on doing that show. And then they're arguing about Mint, Schizo, Sean, and Riley on Ralph's show. It's just... Oh
yeah, bro. Funny. Yeah, it was a mess. We got Dr. Till. He just showed up. Shout out to Dr. Till, Ministry of the Dude. Go watch that. They come on YouTube. I think I threw that link down in the description. But That's where Johnny Rocket is a guest on the Mystery of the Dude with Dr. Till, the rock star Dr. Till. And if you didn't know, he also remixes a lot of music, Till Mix music. I play that quite often. On the John, what's up? On the John says Super Killer versus One Piece. And then Professor Grass said Super Killer versus One Punch Man. Have you seen that One Punch Man controversy? How the third season of the anime just like slid into complete shit, and everybody's pissed off about it. Have you been watching any of that?
Oh yeah, I like One Punch Man.
Me too.
The animation is not that good, and it's a shame because like you could look up videos where it's people just put the manga panels as a video, and it's like, oh, this is amazing. Like,
yeah.
I understand it would be the most expensive thing ever, but giving One Punch Man enough funding, it would be like, this is the greatest cartoon ever.
Yeah, I had like a conspiracy theory because I watch different people and they talk about, well, you can't be mad at them because it's a bunch of all this and that, whatever, but it's a bunch of bullshit. I think they try to torpedo One Punch Man on purpose. Now, here's my theory. See if you agree with me, okay? See if you agree with me. Now, his competition right now is Chainsaw Man, and Chainsaw Man has like all of that new animation and the AI and all that kind of stuff, and it's like groundbreaking. It's got the 3D and the 2D mix and all that kind of stuff. And I think they sabotaged or torpedoed One Punch Man to give the the focal point to Chainsaw Man. Now here's why. One Punch Man, he preaches a message of self-empowerment, whereas Chainsaw Man is basically combine yourself with a demon and then be a simp to women. And so that's kind of it's from a social engineering perspective. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Because why wouldn't they pump up One Punch Man? It is like one of the best mangas of all time.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. I do love One Punch Man, but I think it's that like years ago, not 10 years ago, but almost a decade ago, it was like the biggest thing in the world. Now it's not really the biggest thing in the world, so I think they were just like, okay, make the animation shit. They'll still watch it. Who gives a shit? Which is very unfortunate.
Right. Well, they had that banger season one, and it really like invigorated a tremendous amount of new fans for One Punch Man, and it really spread that community globally. And so I don't know why would they drop that off. Of course, animation is a loss leader, but then you're going to have the sales from the manga, the merchandise, the clothing and apparel, and stickers and everything like that would push into like the millions, or if not the billions or whatever. I just don't understand why they would try to torpedo this. And one of the things that comes to my mind is, do you remember John Carter of Mars? Disney put out a movie called John Carter of Mars. And I thought it was a fantastic movie, but they torpedoed it because they purchased Marvel at the exact same time. And they didn't want it to compete with the Marvel movies in the future.
That's just why wouldn't you just...
That actually happened.
Well, I mean, but no, not. I'm not calling you retarded, but why wouldn't you just be
I am
like,
retarded. Yeah, it's true.
If you own both, just let the best man win.
Well, what they did was they pulled the plug on all the marketing. They dropped $300 million into it. They had this guy who had done he'd been a director for Pixar, and he had done all the big Pixar movies, and this was his first live action. And it was, in my opinion, I love that movie. The John Carter of Mars is a fucking awesome movie. And I loved everything. I love the actor. I love the sense of humor of it. I loved everything about it. But they dropped it, and there's even you can watch documentaries on YouTube about how they withheld the marketing money, and then they wrote the movie's budget off as a loss on their taxes, so they could claim that. And then they went forward with everything Marvel, and they killed the John Carter. They had originally slated the John Carter movies to be a series of movies that were going to go through all the books, the John Carpenter books or whatever, and he has got a whole bunch of those books. I don't know if you're familiar with that. I wasn't before that, but then I discovered, wow, there's actually all these books, there's all these novels written like in the early 1920s or 30s or something like that, and they made them into all these movies, or they were going to make them into all these movies, but they stopped it.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I'm aware of John Carter. I'm aware that like Superman, the original Superman comics, like they ripped off John Carter. I'm aware of that. Uh, Regardless of like how good the movies were going to be, I do sort of understand a businessman going, no, these fucking superheroes are gonna make a lot of money. Kill John Carter for attack. That makes sense. Like it's not
Okay,
good. It's not like
it's
good
not
or
good for
whatever.
us because
But
I
it
love I love
yeah.
the John Carter, and here we got after you get the Marvel stuff that went to crap recently or within the last couple of years or whatever. But I'm using that as a precedence to say, okay, there's already that pattern in the industry. Is that what they did with One Punch Man? Did they, torpedo One Punch Man to elevate another anime to, the pinnacle spot where it's going to get all that focus, all that attention? Like kind of how like One Piece or maybe like Chainsaw Man. It seems like they were in love with Chainsaw Man for like all the every part of it, Chainsaw Man. And I liked parts of Chainsaw Man, but I really couldn't get into it. It was just the simpness was too much for me, bro. I couldn't handle it.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense. Like One Punch. I mean, it sounds a little silly to call One Punch Man old, but yeah, it's. I get you could call it old at this point, and Chainsaw Man is new. So if someone went like, yeah, just push Chainsaw Man, less money for One Punch Man, that does make sense to me. I do think though, like Chainsaw Man, the fact that Denji is a simp, that's like an intentional character flaw. Like you're supposed to be like, no, come on, dude. Yes, she's hot, but she's Satan. Stop what you're doing. Stop. Yes, Makima is hot. Yes, crazy hot. Yes, but no, everyone's going to die.
Wait, are you talking about Mint or Makima? I can't tell. No, but seriously, I think the simp thing is like is a big thread that runs through a lot of anime, a lot of different anime, and
Yes,
I see your point of view, and I agree. From
I
my
think Chainsaw Man is making fun of that.
do you think so? Okay,
Yeah,
I
that
couldn't
just
I couldn't tell if they were really leaning into it, like they were trying to embrace that kind of concept. Because, bro, for me, like it's hard for me to watch a guy act like that around women. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, man, motherfucker, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And I want him to get out there and to fucking whip some ass. You know what I'm saying? And then like get the girl or whatever. I don't want to be, oh my god, I love you, kisses. I hate all that shit, bro. But
yeah. Fuck love. Fuck those retards.
Fuck love. Yeah. Come on, bro. Embrace it. You know what I'm saying? Funny enough, Johnny is happily married. He's got a very good relationship with his wife. But fuck love anyway. But no, I watch a lot of anime and I see like a couple of the patterns, the story patterns. And one of the story patterns is being a simp. Another story pattern is like this undercover, like I've got a max power of 9,000, but you don't know that. And we see that exhibited by people like Eric July. Like he's got that kind of concept in his mind. Oh, but you don't know. Don't worry about it. Like, bro, no, you're not an anime character.
Yeah, Eric July is fucked in the head. It's hold on. Let me pull up this fucking retarded thing he said. Hold on. This is hilarious. Hold on.
Now, you know what's funny is I'll just fill the time when you pull it up real quick. The funny thing about Eric July is like I was actually getting Eric July fatigue. I was over it. Then he tries to do this whole crowdfunding thing, and now I'm thinking, is his business going to implode? So now I'm kind of like paying attention a little bit more.
Yeah. We'll see. It's okay. So some random guy on Twitter said, so okay, Eric July he's trying to raise money for cartoons now.
Yeah, I thought he was going to do video games. I mean, what happened to that? Right now he's going back to cartoons.
Yeah, it's what, make an ISOM video game and just rip off the Arkham series. Like, come on, like you'd make that would probably make money. Even people who aren't fans of the character would be like, oh, a new Arkham game.
Yeah.
Like, but whatever. It's so this guy on Twitter, WarBen55, says, I hope he gets all the funding to do whatever projects he wants to do, but I just can't justify giving a millionaire money. And then
Oh,
Eric July, he responds with, the money isn't going to be.
what does that mean?
I have no fucking idea.
Is that a cliffhanger? Did he just leave us all on a tweet on a cliffhanger? Come back for episode 2? Is that what happened right there?
Obviously, his writing is beyond our understanding. We're retarded. We can't appreciate good shit. He's a genius.
Yeah.
And it's like, how? Like, why would you even like if you like? Okay, the millions of dollars for I Someone probably came from investors. Regardless, he's burned through all the money, so he's not a millionaire anymore. He can't say, I'm not a millionaire anymore, I need the money, because that's humiliating. Why would you respond to the guy calling you a millionaire begging for money?
Yeah, facts, because you're proving his point. On the John in the chat says he should sell a modded out Street Fighter with ISOM characters. That's a good idea. Now, Johnny, one of the things I wanted to ask you, now this is very interesting right here. So you got Eric July, right? He has this idea, he's been, whatever, how he grew up, he's a special boy. He's very smart, very creative, very good dancer. He can do whatever he wants. He finally gets put up on the big stage, so to speak, and he finally gets his crack at it, and it flops, okay? What are the psychological implications on that? Like, how do you go on after you've just been given a $12 million company to do your dream job, so to speak, in comics, and you're your own boss, you got your own forklifts, you got your own warehouse, you go forward, and then it flops. Like, where do you go after that? Like, how do you reconcile that?
Well, I don't think it's his dream job, but after flopping a multi-million-dollar business, I would be like, oh, fuck, I'm
right?
stupid.
Right? Like, what the hell?
That's how I would feel. I think he's like, no, there's a way back up to the top. I don't know if he's like, oh shit, I am dumb, I have to change course, or if he's like, okay, I'm a genius, but I have to do things a little differently. I don't know how he actually feels, but it's one of those. It's like, okay, these retards, I have to sell shit to them in a different way, or if it's like, shit, I fucked up, time to change what I say, even though I'm right.
Yeah, facts. Now, I do have a strategy, Johnny. I do have a strategy where Eric July could turn the ship around, and I'll share it with you, okay? Make sure you don't tell him or tell anybody, okay? Just between me and you, okay? My strategy is kind of the same strategy that I gave for Vito, where Vito, he gets you on board, gets gets Riley on board, okay? And that would boost all that energy back into the property. Here's my thing, is if he got Ethan Van Sciver somehow attached to one of his properties and got him on stream, even if they fought, even if they didn't agree, even if they kind of went at each other. If he went up to Ethan Van Sciver and said, okay, Ethan, how much is it going to take for you to do, I don't know, the interiors for one of my books? And Ethan goes, it'll be $1 million. And he goes, done. What do you think about that?
Let me see. Eric...
At this point, it's about the energy, it's about the electricity, it's about the attention, it's about the drama, that's surrounding the comic book, trying to pull the eyes back to the comic books.
I mean, like, I don't think this would happen, but if Eric went on stream with Ethan Van Sciver, he was like, look, I'm sorry for freaking out. All the money and the pressure of running a business got to me. I should never have done all the things I've done. I'm sorry to you. I'm sorry to Riley. I'm sorry to everyone. I'll pay you triple what I should pay you to draw the next ISOM comic. It's all about making good comics. I'm sorry. I do think a good chunk of Comicsgate might believe him, and then like that crowdfunding would actually be successful. But again, I don't know. Like EVS has talked about like Eric July like just being a fucking prick on like private phone calls. I don't know if EVS would be like, "Oh, you're paying me triple? Yeah, bygones are bygones." I don't know if he would do that. I don't think so. I think he'd still be. I think he would have. I think he would have Eric on, and Eric would apologize, and then EVS would be like, "Fuck you! I'm not drawing for you."
No, okay. Here's I agree. The sulk in the chat. He says, "Holy shit, that's not happening." I agree. I don't think Eric July would apologize, but if Eric July could come on and say, "Oh, you think you could do it better then do it, and I'll pay you, triple your rate or whatever." And really, the whole thing is to bring the energy back to the property. That could be one way he could, a little bit like that kayfabe WWF, except now it's not really kayfabe anymore. But it would get people being like, "Oh shit, we got to check out the EVS, whatever's going to go on. If maybe it's Isom's it's the young Isom now, isn't it? It's not just Isom. It's got to be young Isom, right?
Because of that sexy Isom.
Because of that lawsuit. That's right. Young, sexy Isom. That's right. James is in the chat. He says Ethan can't draw fast enough. So, I mean, that's another thing, too. Ethan's kind of backed up. But we'll just say it's in a perfect world where, Ethan was like, he had some time or whatever. And, he says, "Okay, Eric July, you're going to pay me, I don't know, whatever his rate is, times 4 or times 5. And I'll draw your book." And that would bring eyes. But would that bring enough eyes back to his book in order to make it worthwhile? Like if he got that $3.4 million check again, that would be worthwhile, wouldn't it?
Yeah, probably. It seems like the Rippaverse fan base are done buying books. The Comics Gates fan base still buys books. So yes, trying to hire. It might even work with not Ethan if he hired any Comics Gate artist. That might work, but I really don't see like Eric July swallowing his pride in doing that. I really don't see that.
No, I agree with you. Much of the same. Unfortunately, I'm hoping that Vito hears what I'm talking about with the hiring you and hiring Riley, and might as well just like say, "Hey, we're gonna do Super Killer 2. If I don't do something, it's probably only going to fund to maybe $15,000, $20,000. If I hire these two guys, we'll probably get 130 again, maybe even more than that." And what is it about people's egos that won't let them make money? Don't they realize that this whole internet thing is just entertainment? Like, what the hell's going on, Johnny? What's your take on that?
I mean, I don't really get it, but I genuinely think they're like, well, $1 isn't worth the silly thoughts in my head.
Yeah, like I remember when Vito said, "I'd rather go around and sell my comic book out of my trunk of my car versus sit on stream and market instantaneously to maybe over 10 or 20,000 people." That just doesn't make any sense to me. How does he not recognize that?
Yeah, it's well, like we talked about before, like he'll be in an argument with someone and he'll say like the opposite thing 2 minutes later. It's just there's no limit to it. It doesn't matter if it's a conversation that doesn't matter or something that involves a bunch of money. He will just go, I could say whatever and it will work out.
Now, Dr. D-Ball Money out in the chat, he says he doesn't understand why can't these comic people just draw a vault full of endless money and ride into the sunset? And that's a really good question. Do you have an answer for that, Johnny? What do you think about that?
Well, for Super Killer, it's the artist put out a statement saying the art was done over a year ago. So it's literally just Vito's mind, like just the writing in Vito's mind goblins is why Super Killer isn't out. For other artists, it's either they're busy or some. It's what's that one? Jimmy Reyes. Like Jimmy Reyes got like 30,000 for his book, and then he never put it out. And he said like Jesus wouldn't want me to put out a comic.
Oh no, he came to Jesus, but he didn't return the money, did he? What the hell was that all about? That was some weird ass shit.
He owes me $35.
Yeah, that was some weird shit. Jesus doesn't want me to draw tits. Well, don't you know that God made tits? That's what I tell everybody. I used to get in trouble for drawing nudes in church all the time. I'd have my sketchbook and I'd be listening to the sermon. I'd be drawing like nudes or whatever, and I would get in trouble with it. They'd call me demonic or whatever. I was like, bitch, God made people naked first. Don't you know that? Like, what the hell?
And the priest was like, "Young Ray, you should draw penises."
Yeah, I have one. You want me to model mine? That's what he asked me next. I was like, no, bro, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. But no, so Vito, yeah, Vito's not an artist, but he did have the whole book done a year beforehand. Do you think it was just that like psychological pressure from him criticizing Eric July and knowing that it was now his turn to be criticized that kept him from putting it out?
Yeah, that's a.
Or is that too deep? Is that too deep?
No, that's a part of it, but I think I do think he was like, Super Killer is my magnum opus. Like his dead friend is a character in it. If any response to it is less than wow, this is great, he's like, fuck, I fucked everything up. Fuck.
Wow. Yeah, because you know that's exactly how it does not work, people. If you didn't know, you don't make the best stuff right when you start. You kind of usually make it later on in your career after you've had some experience. Then you know how to make great work. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a crazy point of view, and it would cripple any kind of creative endeavors. You know what I'm saying, Johnny?
Yeah. It's like I've written stuff for fun my whole life.
Yeah,
I never published anything until I saw some edited edition. It's you have to do a lot, and then eventually you have to get to the point where like, okay, I'm good at this, just put it out.
Yeah, we touched on that last time about how you wrote all the time. You were just writing all the time, and you wrote because you loved it, just for yourself. And then at some point you got an opportunity, you took a risk, and it paid off, and you became the Rocky Balboa. You know, if I can change, and you can change, and we all can change. And
Adrian! I'm gonna beat up this black guy, Adrian!
Adrian! Yeah, and you took that and you took a step forward to become a professional writer, and that's what you are now. Along with everything else that you do, you know, people don't know that you're also, you know, a part-time ninja, and that they don't know that you also are a trapeze artist. They don't know these things about you. I try not to tell anybody, but I'll try not to let that get out. But yeah, it's one of those things where you work for like 5 or 10 years, and then you become an overnight sensation, right?
Yeah, exactly. For Vito though, it seems like he's made funny stuff his whole life. So I think for Super Killer 1, he is just overthinking it to the extreme. Like the older version of Super Killer was funnier than the newer version he emailed people, and it's like, no, Vito, you have to get the goblins out of your brain, and just honestly just put out the first version of each of your jokes.
Yeah.
When it comes to jokes, Vito, just put out the first version of each one. You're overthinking it.
Yeah, and because people are looking for your voice, right? They're not looking for like this whole like, you know, creation by taking votes from everybody else, too many chefs in the kitchen kind of thing. You know what I mean? They want to hear your voice. And I was talking to Ryan Hargis about this the other day. You take in too much media, you start to lose your own voice. And that's what Vito did. Why was he sending everything around to everybody? Why didn't he just like, put it down, put it together, and then put it out?
It's really just, it has to just be like a fear of like criticism and backlash. It just has to be like, no, everyone has to like he made $137 off this. He needs to be like, no, they got it because I'm talented and great. It's not because Dick helped me market the shit out of it. It has to be because I'm great.
Yeah, it was totally because of the Dick fan base, basically. You know, the biggest problem in the universe was the one that supported him, and he ended up sacrificing the biggest problem in the universe, which at one point I heard they were making like $30,000 a month on their Patreon or something. I don't know if that's true. Maybe it's not true.
That sounds right, yeah.
Okay, so they were making that, and so he sacrificed that for a comic book. That's wild to me, bro. That's fucking wild. Like, at least get that shit printed and out to the people who are paying you. Come on.
Vito, you really should have just you should have just made it. You should have just made it shorter. You should have just been like, yeah, I know. I said it was 60 pages. Here's 25 pages in a timely manner, or something. He also the coloring. Like he said, he had Super Killer is black and white, and then apparently to make a colored version, he had to start from scratch. And so he should have just been like, hey, if you bought the colored version, I'm sorry, that's not possible. Like, maybe next time, here's the black and white version. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Like, if he just apologized a bunch and gave people the black and white version, that would have been fine. But also, like, there's a bunch of knickknacks with the campaign.
That was the stretch goals. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, none of those. Just make the book.
Well, my point was, like, I think tariffs or something have made, like, the knickknacks triple.
Yeah.
And he might be pretending that's not also a problem. Like I think he's waiting for the tariffs to disappear or something.
Yeah. But somebody in the chat says, Sulk says he wouldn't do his co-host like that. Have you ever seen Vito take any kind of accountability for the fact that him creating that comic book and then getting everybody to buy into it and then not delivering it was a significant negative blow to the podcast and also to Dick's income?
Well, yeah, if you go, hey, buy my comic, it's coming out, blah blah blah, and then 2 years later it's still not out. It's like, well, I mean, if something's 2 years late, it's like, what the fuck are we doing? Have you ever got anything where it's like, oh yeah, you'll get it in 2 years?
No.
You're getting robbed.
Yeah, I've learned my lesson on that one. I've ordered stuff, and I in fact I still have a couple comic books that I did support that I've kind of just given up on because I'm like, oh, they're not going to come, from different people or whatever. But that's kind of rough. But it really impacted the biggest problem. So as that. I'm watching all these people, the reaction to it, and they're saying, "Oh, I don't want to watch The Biggest Problem anymore." And I'm like, "Okay, I still watch it." But Dick says he's not going to duck out on the show, and and I can respect that position. At some point, do you think he starts a different show, a different problem, or do you think Dick's just going to ride off into the sunset? Or what are your thoughts on that? Just from observation, I know you haven't had any backroom talk with Dick or anything like that.
Yeah, Well, the original Biggest Problem, Maddox fired Dick, so there's no way Dick will quit the new Biggest Problem. He's going to keep doing.
Oh, hold on a second. I dropped your audio real quick. I gotta add it back in. It does it every once in a while, and it just did it. So let me add that real quick. It's a little glitch that I have in my setup that I'm trying to fix real quick, but I'm trying to get rid of it, and I haven't necessarily gotten rid. I think you're back now. All right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think you're back now. Yeah, you're good. You're back now. All right, cool. So what are your thoughts? Sorry to interrupt you on that, Johnny.
Oh, no worries. I mean, if the audio drops, it doesn't matter to interrupt me. I don't think Dick will quit. He was fired from the original Biggest Problem because Maddox went insane. So, I don't think he'll quit out of principle, especially when Vito embarrasses himself on the show. I'm sorry, what was the other part of the question?
Well, I was saying will Dick ride off in the sunset? Will he reboot it with somebody else? Some people are saying there could be a Biggest Problem or a Smallest Problem with Riley or something like that because they have a previous work relationship and now Riley's kind of free. So people were thinking and wondering about that. Or what are your thoughts there?
I don't know. Maybe he'll do a show with Riley. I do know he he started doing another show called Weight Watchers, where it's like
Yes.
Carl from WATP and Taylor from Painkiller Already and Johnny the audio engineer, and they do a show just about fat women.
Fat
So
bitches.
it's
That's right.
yeah. So it's he's already started another show. So it's
Okay, so
maybe he'll start a third show. I don't know.
or maybe he's already made his move, and that's what his move was, and he's just kind of freeing stuff up. Also, he's got that new family, so there's a lot of stuff going on there. He's got other responsibilities and everything like that. But, it's crazy. It's a crazy time right now. We're seeing a lot of things kind of shift up and change. And yeah, it'll be interesting to watch. I'm watching a lot of shift in the Comicsgate arena. A lot of people leaving. The Jack show kind of broke up. You got Anna and Cecil kind of going a different way than Shane and Malin and all that kind of stuff. So that's interesting. And then just a lot of shuffling going on in this independent arena, so to speak. Do you have any thoughts about that?
Oh well, yeah, the biggest problem will probably continue to go down. It probably won't come back because like switching the I forget what TV show did this, but they once switched their time slot and it fucked them. So hearing Vito go like, "Nah, it's not a big deal." It's like, "No, it's your listeners, they make it a habit. A lot of them make it a habit to listen to you at a certain time. So switching the time fucks with them." Uh As for what was it? He said, "Yeah, I
Well,
know. I
you,
know. Like the
we,
Jack show blew up because Malin was like upset about like a campaign being at the exact same time as his campaign 2 years in a row, and then Cecil and Anna were like, 'Man, it's not a big deal,' but he felt it was a big deal. But it looks like EVS and Shane and Malin are still talking, so I think they're all fine. It's just that Malin doesn't want to do that show anymore, so I think they'll be fine.
Now, when you're out in real life, this whole online thing is so new to me. When you're out in real life, you have real relationships with real kind of people. Do you find that the relationships with the people that you meet online are similar or different than the kind of relationships you meet with people in real life? What are your thoughts on that? Because I found them to be pretty different. Like all this drama, all this craziness. Is this what people really think about in their head, and they just don't say it when they're in real life, or do you think being on the internet allows them just to spew bullshit?
Oh, okay. For the last Dick Show live show, uh, Balder invited me to meet him at a bar, and online Balder is just like an asshole. He just he just makes fun of everybody.
Okay.
Like he's jokingly called me a thief because Vito called me a thief. And so when the second I walked into the bar to meet him, he yelled at the top of his lungs, "There's that fucking thief!" And like
What?
everyone in the bar looked, and he was like, "Oh, I'm joking," and like we like shook hands, and I had a fun time hanging out with him. But it's just yeah, like a lot of people online, like they're just being silly. Uh, Wait, hold on. Larry Niobe, online he says he
That's
would kill
different.
me.
He's different.
Larry
Yeah.
Larry Niobe online says he would kill me. If I was his next door neighbor, maybe he would get a gun. But I feel like most normal people, they're just teasing you. Like you like in real life, you could have a drink with them, no problem.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of feel the same way, and I kind of feel the same way that, like, when, especially when we're men and we get around other men, we know that there's, like, a possibility of a recourse of a punch to the face, right? So we're not going to, shoot our mouth off and be stupid when I'm walking in and, I say, like, say, for example, I get a drink with Johnny Rocket, and a lot of people don't know this about you, but you used to be a professional bodybuilder. And you're huge in person. You're like 6'7". You can do the splits like Van Damme. You wear cowboy boots, and you could kick people's asses. So that's why I'm nice to you online. You know, because when we meet in person,
yes. But my penis is only 3 inches.
well, of course, you know, God.
So
God
I got
is,
a lot of anger in me.
yeah, God does those funny jokes, right? He'll give you all this like this physical prowess, but then he'll make your dick like that big right there, and all the girls laugh at you and all that. So then you're fist of rage. You know, that's how you make the perfect killer. But you know, no, I found that that's the same. That's true. Is that people in real life, you know, that when they have to come up and meet you face to face, all that vitriol isn't there. You know, they don't have their keyboard with them. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah,
that's how you make the perfect killer.
Yeah, that's how you make the perfect killer, bro. You give him a micropene. That's 100% right. Then he's angry at the world and at God for the rest of his life. James says, "Get you on Tulsa King." I hear that. Have you watched that show Tulsa King at all, Johnny? With Sylvester Stallone.
I've seen a little bit of it. It seems pretty good. Like he gets out of jail. He's a mobster that gets out of jail. He's like, "What's this woke shit? Kill these people. We need to make money."
Yeah, let's fire these people up. But apparently they're saying you look like you could be a character on there. So that looks pretty good. Maybe I could be on The Wire or something like that. I don't know. But anyway,
kill that white boy. Kill that.
I got the blue.
Ray Ray. That's Snitchy Ray Ray. Kill that white boy.
Yeah. What? Too many teeth. Ray Ray knocks him out. He's got too many teeth, baby. But yeah, we got Johnny motherfucking Rocket up in here, and we're about to wrap this up because we're coming up on the top of an hour and a half. And I know Johnny's got other things he's got to do. He might be going on Ministry of the Dude. Watch him on Ministry of the Dude with Dr. Till and all the boys. They're good over there. Follow him on X. I got all his X stuff down below. Also, I'll add his Substack link down there, but make sure you follow on Substack. So, you know, you could stay in with all this hot gossip, bro. Johnny, he keeps it all together. And then also all the stories that he's writing. He writes a lot of stories and gives them away for free, so they're fantastic. Back to Maniac 2. It's on Fund My Comic, people. We're going to get it done. It's going to close December 31st, so that'll be fantastic. And then we're going to follow you, and we're going to support you through the next 2026, Johnny, because I like the cut of your jib, son. I like it, bro.
We Jib Gang. Always be Jib. Also, the Maniac with a K.org, that also redirects to the current crowdfunding. So whichever works easier for you, dear listener, I'm here for you. I love you. I want to cradle your head and rock you to sleep.
That's right. Johnny knows about fan service, and that's what it's all about. He brings delight to the viewer, delight to the reader, and he's just an enjoyable, all-around good guy to talk to. So,
if
Johnny,
you back the Maniac, I will have sex with your wife if you want me to. If you want me to. All right?
What do they call that?
Back the Maniac.
Prima nocta? Is that what they called it in Braveheart? You got the right of prima nocta. You can have sex.
Only if they allow it. Only if that's what they want.
Only with your permission. Only with your permission, that's right. So go follow all those links. Back Johnny, support Johnny, and kick some ass. And we're going to wrap it up. So Johnny, thanks so much for coming on, bro. We had a blast. Right at an hour and a half. Perfect time. Thanks for being on. I'm going to have you on again in the new year, and we're going to see what's going on. Okay, bro? Will you come on again?
Of course, this is the best interview show on the internet. If you don't subscribe to Ray Ray, you are gay.
Well, that's right. If you don't subscribe to Ray Ray, you're gay. But hey, we like gay people. Subscribe too, bro. We like those dinks, okay? So let's fucking go. All right, we're out of here, people. Go kick some ass.